He doesn't have a long fang.
Big meanie.
Your outfit is comedy enough.
Oh, good. Yes. Well, that's why I had to wear it. I couldn't make many jokes. By the way, is anyone getting a lot of rain right now? Because I am getting deluged.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's
we got flood warnings
Isaac
for the next 4 days.
I don't know if what I'm getting is Isaac, but we've had no rain at all this summer, and then all of a sudden this horrible deluge is coming down, and my poor kitty's stuck out in there, Trixie. I've gone out several times trying to get her to come in. I had to drag the other one in. He put up a fight.
Yeah. God's using the Ben Bernanke controls. That's what's happening.
Yeah.
On and off.
Our two cats, if they don't come in the rain, they'll come in. You know, they love the rain, but they love being rubbed down when they're wet.
Oh yeah.
Then, once they dry off, they run back outside.
Oh god.
They're real.
Somebody should have reminded me, but everybody tell everybody that Geo is live streaming this. Okay, it's being live streamed. So those of your friends who are not here, they can watch it on live stream. Yeah, it's on live stream.
Or they can come here and be in it.
Yeah, but I should have sent it out in my messages to the thousands of people that are members of my group that no longer are in Second Life or give a shit.
That's many.
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
Welcome to Tuesday.
Hello, Doran.
I miss all of you. I haven't been in World lately. I've been trying out this new thing in First Life called sex.
How's that working for you?
That's a new thing for you, huh?
How do you do that?
Well, first we have to dye one pillow blue and one pillow pink.
I just bought new pillows today. Get on there.
Get on the pillow.
That's good.
Yeah. I tell you, if men ruled the world, you know what, girls? Hallmark would make cards that said, "Sorry, what was your name again?" Oh, yeah. Well, I hope this thing went out to everybody. I think it did. All right, I'm going to close this tweet deck down. I don't need to see what's going on there. That's just a bunch of people who tweet all the time, right? Yeah. Yeah, if guys ruled the world, you know, nothing looking at your watch would be deemed as an acceptable response to, "I love you."
Cough.
Birth control would come in ale or lager.
Obviously, the little woman's not listening.
Right, exactly. Yeah. When your girlfriend really needed to talk to you during the game, she'd appear in a little box in the corner of the screen during a timeout. Terrible, right? Yeah. Anyhow, hope all you guys had a great week. Did everybody have a good week? Yes. Everybody have fun this past weekend? Yeah.
No.
It was so nice. It was between the two conventions. We could finally relax.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I like how the Republicans said they're all inclusive if you're white.
Yeah.
And male.
And male.
And male. Right.
And rich.
And rich.
And rich.
Yeah, and rich.
Otherwise.
We're the 1% Club. We just need your vote this one day only. And after that, we don't want to hear from you again. Oops, still Bubblepop. We can't get back. I don't know if Veritas. If anybody sees Veritas comes back, let me know, okay? He may or may not make it back in the room, but somebody let me know, okay? So, yep. And, yeah, Firestorm had another new update. You know, they said they're not going to update this thing. They update. I don't know what they update it for, because all that happens is that all my preferences disappear, and I have to start all over again, you know? It's really something. Yeah, I think a couple Lindens are now working for Firestorm.
We're here from Second Life. We can fix it.
Right.
Actually, there are not any Lindens working for them because Firestorm has the #1 use rate and the lowest crash rate of any viewer. So they can't possibly have any Lindens.
Correct.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah. They had this huge crime scene tape out on the around on the main street here the other day. I was driving back, and I could actually make the turn. They allowed us to turn, which then could turn into my building. But there was this whole crime scene tape, and the only thing around there was a little black bag somewhere that it was around. And when I asked one of the cops, I said, what happened? I said, oh, it's an accident. What's an accident? Is that a bomb? I mean, it's not an accident. It hasn't blown up yet. But anyhow, so we drove into my place, and my gal said to me, she said, so they're directing all that traffic down the street. Do any of the cops know that it only brings them back out further in the back of the line than where they started? It circles back around to the back of where they were. So they're kind of screwed, you know? Yeah. All right, you guys didn't think it was funny, but I did.
It was a slow night.
Yeah.
They were doing an exercise.
Yeah. So I want to get some like red tape, like Second Life red tape, and put it around different areas in town, you know. It says, sorry, cannot enter. This belongs to a
Banned.
Second Life owner. That'd be great.
My personal
What's it with
lights.
movie theaters that everybody now thinks that they're at home and they can talk during a movie?
Yeah.
You know?
No, that's really really
Yeah. I had people behind me that were talking. I said, oh, okay, so you want me to stand up and block your picture now. Is that right? They didn't say another word. Yeah. Second Life, you know? It's getting old, isn't it?
Not just movies. We went to a wedding.
So old, most of
and-
the residents have died.
Right, exactly.
That's true. Yeah.
Time to move on to Third Life.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know who we have in the room
Afterlife.
tonight? Rekka, who hasn't been around for a while here, but she's here. She goes way back with me. Actually, one of the very first shows, my first, not the very first, Geo and I think, but way back in the early days, used to book me in and was my agent.
All right. Okay.
I made enough money
Veritas is
to
arriving.
Get, I was able to get both ass and breast physics from the old money I made.
There you go.
Veritas, you want to get up here? You got voice again? Maybe? Perhaps? We'll wait and see if he gets
Veritas
voice. If he gets-
does not have voice at the moment.
Okay, well. All right, well, we won't bring him up if he doesn't have voice because this is a voice show, right?
Mm.
So, let's see what else. Yeah. Yeah, and you know, if men ruled the world, when you went to Hertz, you could rent a tank.
And it was fire.
Do you know this one is funny? This is garbage would take itself out. So I nicely brought the garbage up the other day for Irene to the front. She asked me to bring it up. And you know what my first thought was when I brought it up to the street, which I didn't do for a long time? I thought, you know, if I really lived in a house again, I'd dig a giant hole that the garbage can would go in. And when it was Monday for the garbage truck to pick it up, I'd press a button and the garbage can would raise out of the ground and sit there ready to be taken and done and whatever. Instead of
In the old
driving it
days,
all over
in the
Don't you
old
like that?
days, they used to take the garbage cans. You didn't used to have to take them out. People would come and get them. That
Well,
was
in
just
the very
part
old
of the
days, you just threw your fucking garbage in the backyard and then moved.
Not in my neighborhood.
Sorry if you
Yeah,
overheard
sure.
anything. I
Yeah,
had
we're
to
doing
get-
great. We didn't hear
my-
anything.
All right. I had to let my
Yeah.
cat in through the window. She's a little drowned rat right now.
So anyhow, yeah. Yep. Now, if guys ruled the world, Valentine's Day would be moved to February 29th. Those of you
Yeah.
who didn't get it,
Oh, good one.
Oh,
Little
sorry. That took a while
esoteric
for that.
comedy there. Make you think.
That took a little while to get that one, but I got it. Okay.
right? Instead of an engagement ring, you could just give them a $50 Amazon gift certificate. It would be considered the same thing. No. All right, so I was hoping Veritas would get sound, but I guess he didn't. Because if he did, I was going to have him get up here because he did come in to give it a shot, but it didn't work out. So
He does not seem to have sound.
no, he doesn't have sound, and it's happened, and that's the way it is. Yeah. So you know what I'm? Oh, and by the way, just so you know, at what time? What time is it now? I don't know. Oh, 6 o'clock. We have Eva Moon. Eva Moon is here.
All right.
Yeah, we got Evil Moon. Last week we had Tamara Hayden, and the only reason I was on and then I finally crashed out and didn't come back on the last 20 minutes, but I managed with this new computer to actually stay on and be able to listen to the whole show and talk during it and stuff like that. Yeah, I was able to talk to people that weren't in Second Life. Hello, Magic Pathfinder. Hello, Dr. Fran. First up tonight, having repealed his protest march, and then I wasn't there. But first up tonight is Crap Mariner. So let's give a round of applause to Crap Mariner.
All
Come on
right.
up here. Let's do some comedy. Let's have some fun. There we go.
Are we doing comedy or am I getting on stage? No.
Well, both of them can be good.
I know that all of you
Clap, clap.
are skipping the Democratic National Convention right now. I'm looking up at the TV. They're doing a memorial video of Ted Kennedy. I guess it would have been bad form to have an empty forklift on stage there. Hi there. My name is Crab Mariner, and I'm currently unemployed. So hold on, let me drag a few resumes on people here. Send a note card here and there. And
Thank you. We'll be in touch.
if you need any,
Thank you. We'll be in touch.
if you need any references, well, just talk to the person next to you. Just tap your phones together with a Samsung Galaxy there. I have an iPhone, so it doesn't work for me. But yeah, the sad part is, yeah, I am officially unemployed right now, although they tell you you're supposed to say in between jobs. Actually, I start my next job on Monday. I'm working for a new company. So yeah, I am a technically
Bravo.
in between jobs. I had the other one locked up before telling the other one to go screw off, which I've been doing for 9 years actually. So literally 1 week of unemployment and then back to work. Well, not back, but off to a new job. I mean, not really new. Someone else was doing it before. Now I'll be doing it, and I hope they wash it first because, So when I was leaving the previous job for the last time on Friday, I work downtown, and it's sort of nice, but it's near the park, and the mayor tells the cops not to arrest homeless people there, so it's become a homeless camp. And I ran into this bum on the sidewalk, and he said, "Dude, I'm out of work. I need help." And before he could say anything else, I said, "Hey, me too. Isn't it great?" And he said, "I don't know where my next meal's coming from, man." And I said, "Well, I just eaten a nice celebratory light dinner at the Hard Rock Cafe in downtown. So I just ate, and I'm like, I'm not even thinking of my next meal." And I said, "Oh, dude, I don't know where my next meal is coming from either. Me too." And I laughed all the way to the bus stop. So everyone is celebrating with me there, and everyone's so it looks like everybody's having a great time in the economic recovery. So this old job, I had it for 9 years. I did technical support stuff, and it was like 5 or 6 different companies and went to EV1 servers, Rack Shack, The Planet, SoftLayer. With all the mergers and rebranding or such, they kept changing payroll companies too, because they wouldn't give out vacation, and then the payroll company would say, "You don't give out vacation, we don't want to cover you anymore." So literally, I did not know where my next check was coming from. Just like the homeless person. So we even had no idea what we were called from one day to the next until someone called in, and then we'd say, "Who are you trying to reach?" And they'd say, "Oh, we're trying to contact Rack Shack support," and say, "Oh yeah, that's what we're called now." Literally, that happened when they rebranded once and didn't tell us when we came in. I say literally,
Crazy.
Yeah, rebranded as in running from the bills. So literally, they would have changed the street address if they could have. So I did this for 9 years, and then this other company said, "Hey man, the door is always open for you." And I thought that was nice, but I was kind of worried about it too, because I thought, man, that must make it hard to keep the place air conditioned with the door always open, or heat in the winter. But really, in Houston, I'm in Houston, we get 5 minutes of winter, thanks to global warming, and then it's bikini season already. So that's what most Christmas gifts are anyway. So the new job starts Monday. I'm going to be a tech writer, embedded in a development team, as opposed to my head embedded up my ass, trying to translate.
Embedded.
Trying to
like
translate.
You have to wear a flak jacket and a helmet?
No, more like 3 pairs of shorts. So I'm going to be trying to all the tech writer essentially takes all the bugs and mistakes that the developers do and put in a document that teaches people how to run into every one of them while still paying their bills. So they're going to give me a phone, a laptop, and lunch every day because instead of meetings, they want everyone to be together, at some point to talk with their mouths full.
Where do they order?
So you know where
it's
your
a
next
place-
meal's coming from.
Yeah, I
you
know where
sure
my
do.
next meal's coming. But they call the place Hungry's Cafe. So I don't like the idea of a place called Hungry's because, with Chinese food,
Bit of an
at least you
oxymoron.
know that you're not hungry for an hour. This place, you're hungry right after you eat it. So I'm a little worried about that. So, but the old job was downtown, and they paid for a bus pass, and it took me 50 minutes to get into work. That's what traffic is like around here. It was only 6 miles to get there. 50
minutes?
Yeah, 50 minutes. Now, the new office is only 2 miles from home, so I can walk it in like 35 minutes. And I walked it the other day, 35 minutes.
And
Instead,
how long did you work at the old place?
9 years.
So
Are you
9
taking
years from
notes?
now, you'll find a job at half a mile from your house.
And I'll actually get a job in my house.
That serves dinner, too.
Yeah. I'll be able to serve myself lunch and dinner and all of that and get a phone and a laptop and a cat. Yeah, I may eat a cat. So instead of walking, I thought I'd get a bike because with baskets and cell phone bracket and all that, there are bike paths. I could get there in maybe like 10, 15 minutes. So it takes about 10 to 15 minutes of biking to get there without breaking a sweat. But then there's putting on the helmet, filling the water bottle, securing the laptop, showering and changing clothes when I get to work, which turns into 50 minutes. It takes just as long to go 2 miles as 6 miles with a bike, carbon neutral and all that crap. And by the way, I am carbon neutral with that bike. So if you have an SUV that says save the whales and all kinds of environmental crap on it, screw you, but you'll probably just run me over anyway.
No, just blow smoke in your face.
Oh yeah. So so I've been practicing the route to work and riding around and getting used to this thing again. It's been 20 years since I've ridden a bike, but once you learn, you never forget. Trying to find the best ways, but I'm really sore from it. My butt,
Your ass
my
forgets.
hip. Yeah, and even my left palm from holding the handlebar. So there goes my second life, sex life. But I'm unemployed
Don't worry,
for
you're
another
embedded.
So it takes me that long to get to the punch.
Embedded, right? Embedded.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So I'm unemployed for 6 more days. So you think I can apply for unemployment benefits? I mean, I could, go into the office there and say, so how long have you been out of work? I just lost my job. And how long is that? Well, actually, I've got a new job lined up. I don't need this place. Bye. That would really make people or I could go to a support group for people who are unemployed for long term. And it's like, how long have you been unemployed? Well, 2 years. And
Careful, they might be packing.
You'd be like ADD unemployed. You can't stay unemployed for very long.
Yeah, I know. And I'd say I'm unemployed and I lost my job on Friday, or really I was told to say I'm in between jobs, and they'll ask me, hey, me too. And I'll say, yeah, me too. When do you start your new job? I start mine on Monday. And I figure that's when
You're
I'll start to
unemployed
need
with
running.
no ambition.
Yeah, and that's what I need the bike for. So, speaking of which, I see a clear path to the exit here, so I better get off the stage now. So, thank you, everyone.
Oh, bravo,
For those of you who actually
Well
laughed,
done.
you can use me as a reference.
Yeah, that's great. Thank you so much, Crap. That's fantastic. Yep, so Crap has a job after a job. Yep, no unemployment. We'll have him still paying taxes. You know what I just found out? And you may know this thing. Apparently, when you reach a certain age, you can collect Social Security, right? And interestingly, now you've reached that time that you've put all this money away for Social Security, but they tax your Social Security. So how does that work? You have to pay Social Security tax on your Social Security. Is that that's like a con game?
Oh, it's the government. Of course.
Yeah, it's a con game, right?
You just pay income tax, however, not Social Security tax.
That was the argument the
FICA.
Queen of England. Everyone wanted the Queen of England to pay taxes. She said, "What's the point? It just goes to me."
Mm-hmm. So the surgeon came in to see Bambi, after operation, and she somewhat hesitantly asked how long it would be before she could resume her sex life. And the doctor said, well, I really hadn't thought about it. He said, you're the first person to ever ask me that after a tonsillectomy. So we have to have some jokes for the men, girls, okay? All right. Let's understand that we need a fully diverse audience here. So, all right. Yeah. So is X-Site still in business in Second Life? Does anybody know? Goes to show you, nobody's been updating shit around here for years.
No.
That's the first time I haven't gotten an answer to that.
I don't know. Let me see if search. Oh, crash.
Oh, that's funny. Yeah. And now the Democratic National Committee's on, and apparently the platform is, we should have picked Hillary. Right? Yeah. So here's some environmental settings I'd like to see in Second Life, right? You know, it doesn't rain inside. Wouldn't that be nice? You have environmental settings, and it would just rain everywhere, inside, outside. Can you get it to rain on this sim thing? Can you make it rain regularly on the sim, or not?
Oh, I could, yes.
It does work. Can you have a hurricane come through? Sort of like wash the whole place
I'd
away
have
like
to buy
Katrina?
You have to buy a hurricane in Second Life.
In the old days, it used to just happen randomly.
Oh yeah, well,
You even have to buy tornadoes.
That'd be great, you know. You get that stuff. You have this great sim. People come to visit it. Yeah.
There we go.
Crap, your little black rain cloud over here doesn't count.
Oh, look at this. Somebody just decided
like
to throw
random
rain in
weather.
here. That really looks like
Yes.
big gray blocks that aren't working very well.
Yeah.
There it comes. There's the
down.
Oh, they'll
It'll red.
settle,
Oh.
settle down.
So, you know what I was thinking? You know, we could make money in First Life. We could make, you know, they always upgrade products. Have you ever noticed? Like, 20 years ago, there were no such thing as suitcase with wheels, right? Now everybody has one. Am I right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, you know, they haven't done much with tampons, but it'd be great if they made them vibrating. No.
Ooh, had that.
Nice try.
Happy period indeed.
Probably not. I'd probably throw it at
not
someone.
right. No, it's
You
just
could
a joke.
see, you could see the
It was
commercials.
just a
I'm
joke.
on my period. Who gives a shit?
The new
My
happy
friend says,
period
don't trust
campaign.
something that bleeds.
My feelings just knocked loose. It's a happy period.
Right.
Don't trust something that bleeds
a
5
very
days or
heavy
7
period.
days a month and doesn't die. Mm.
And you know they have like clothing now that's impregnated insect repellent, right? Right? So
Really?
they should have like products for us girls, you know, that have they're impregnated with manly smells, so that, you know, we could sort of have a good time alone and not give a shit.
Manly smells.
Manly smells, yes, like cologne. Yeah. Anyhow, I'll tell you, this is a lot of fun. How many people have been in here over 5 years in Second Life? Raise your hand. Listen, all look at him, man.
Me?
Yeah.
Leads the
Isn't
fence.
it amazing? It's amazing. You're still not well yet,
Close.
huh?
Die hard.
No, we're still recovering.
Yeah.
No,
Or we
but
just
my
don't care
therapist
anymore.
says I'm coming along nicely.
By the way, do you remember, like 5 years ago, 4 years ago, there apparently somebody filed a suit in Brussels that they had been raped in Second Life, and they actually
Oh,
sent in
really?
a couple of officers to look. Yeah, well, apparently they finally found the guy. He's in prison on a rape charge in First Life. Been there for 10 years.
Jeez.
His cell must have web access, huh?
Lame.
Yeah.
And then he said,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
going to click you there and you're going to take it.
Yeah, I hear they have to update the Ten Commandments a bit. You know, that whole thing about not coveting your neighbor's wife? Apparently God is rewriting it, you shall not covet your neighbor's daughter. But that's the new updated version.
Or your neighbor's son if you're in sports.
Yeah, right. Oh, yeah. Oh, that's terrible. Yikes. All right, next up, let's have CatBoy.
Alright.
Yeah, come on, CatBoy. Come on up.
Hey.
Yeah. Veritas, if you get sound, let us know. Okay? If you get sound, we'll put you on, but you have to say you have sound. Working.
I have sound.
Eva Moon, hello, sweetie. Hey, don't
I
bump
bumped
me,
into Lauren.
bitch.
I'm sorry.
Veritas has sound.
You're not getting the fuck up here
I
anymore.
do have sound.
Cat fight, cat
Bump
fight.
me, bitch.
You can scratch off your business up here on the stage.
Oh, no.
Stopped working. I can't turn this off now. Jesus.
Okay, sorry I won't be up here for too long, everyone. I didn't have much of a chance to write a lot of comedy. But anyway, I've been really, really busy this week. I have been doing so much landscaping, it's not funny. My hands are virtually crippled, and all I could say is thank God for beer. Although some people are getting a little concerned I'm drinking too much. I said, look, I will drink responsibly when somebody invents a beer that's named responsibly. Then I will drink responsibly. And I had... But I had a little trouble signing into Second Life today. Just as soon as I got on, huge glitch problem. Both my hands and my feet were missing. Now I'm stumped.
Continue.
Okay, Virtus, I want that laugh. That's
Now, who here
hilarious.
saw the Avengers movie that came out this summer? The Avengers,
Not me.
you know, the movie The Avengers got a whole.
Saw some of it online.
Okay, it's the Marvel Comics movie. It's got a whole heap of superheroes in it. It's got like Thor, the Hulk, Captain America. Oh, Thor! He thought Thor can't even fit. Anyone remember that joke? Anyway, they're after Avengers, they're going to start giving all these characters like who's the Hawkeye and that lady that was the Russian. They're going to have their own movies. Hulk is going to have his own spin-off, his own series, and they're going to be adding to it. They're going to have She-Hulk, the movie coming out. They just announced that this week. If you want to know what the movie She-Hulk is going to look like, let me just describe in 4 words: giant computer-generated boobies. So it's going to be just like Second Life.
But better resolution.
Yes, better resolution. And final thing I want to talk about today in this horrible weather, I had to go down to get my bus pass, and when I went to the main food, somebody's walking around here. No bumping.
I think they're drinking responsibly.
Yeah, he probably doesn't even hadn't even no one's rezzed for him yet. Anyway, I went to get to the main. I don't know where you have to go to get a bus pass where you live, but where I live, you always have to go to the main food court area. You know where the main kiosk is, and that's usually where you go if you have lost children. And right next to the kiosk, there's this kid that was just bawling his eyes out, just crying and bawling. And I thought, oh God, lost kid. I better tell the lady about this. Well, the lady that I told had this. You know those people that could do those really wicked whistles, like it could split your skull in half? Does anyone have a friend that can do that?
No.
Like,
No.
It should be declared like a weapon of mass destruction. I had all kinds of friends when I was in high school who could do that. And that's what this lady did to the whole food court. You know, this shrill, ear-piercing whistle, right? And everyone stopped. And, you know, and she just pointed down saying, does this kid belong to anyone? Right? Well, the mom was there, but she didn't hear anything. She's just one of those people that are, you know, they're on a cell phone or something. So you could have blasted an air horn. It wouldn't have made any difference. You know, but you know, she was. No, I didn't forget the punchline. Sorry, but this poor kid. And the mother was right in front of him. I just think he was having like a metaphysical kind of crisis, where my mom's here, but not really. You know what I mean? It's like mom's here, but she's not here. She's on the cell phone. Okay.
She lives in an alternate universe.
Okay, well, anyway, that's all I have for tonight. But
bravo. Bravo.
Yay.
Okay.
Yay.
Veritas, are you ready? You going to get up here and go right now? You ready in voice?
I'm ready in voice. I think
all right, get up on the stage and go right to you.
You don't hear me, right? I mean, there's no.
We hear you. Come on up here.
I hear you. We hear you.
You don't hear yourselves. I got.
We hear you.
Unclear.
Don't worry about it. Just talk.
Okay, I'm psyched now. I had to actually go and jump on my laptop because for whatever reason my PC and SL weren't getting along. Oh, there we go. A little acrobatics, post-Olympics acrobatics here. And I got all. Wow, look at you, Lauren.
Yeah.
You're a sight for sore pixels. Yeah. Woo.
Yeah.
Woo. I dressed. You know, I was trying to go country chic here tonight. I look like a strip club chic. You know, I'm ready to stuff some linens up your skirt.
You look like a truck stop.
That's right. I am. I'm a trucker. I thought I'd bump. I thought maybe if I hid out in a truck stop, I'd bump into Mitt Romney. In the men's room, you know, he'd be tapping his feet in the stall. I don't know. All right, let's. Now look, this is going to be totally different Veritas. This is Veritas one-liner edition. So I you know, just save your groans for the end of the show. All right.
Okay.
Oh wait. Should I wait for you to walk off, or are you going to stand here? And
No, I stand right here and watch you. I like to look
cool.
at you. Now check your ass out. Turn around. Let me see your butt.
Look out, I'm gonna get
Meow.
All right, well, let's just get right into it, shall we? And I'll make this quick and painless. So it's really great to see all of you again. You're beautiful people. So what do you call a nosy pepper? What do you call it? What do you call a nosy pepper? Jalapeno business. Jalapeno business. Hey, all right, you hipsters. How did the hipster burn his tongue? How did the hipster? He drank his coffee before it was cool. I said save your groans for the end of it. Don't make me
We can't help it.
Elvis in here now. Hey, don't make me come in there and smack y'all with my illegal drugs.
Get all up in your...
Hey, what did the 0 say to the 8? Nice butt.
What?
Hey, how about this? It's a
Lauren liked that one.
And if you're gonna spend all this time laughing, we're never gonna get out of here. What do you get when you combine an insomniac, an agnostic, and a dyslexic?
Jesus.
Yeah, this is a complicated three-parter. You get a dude who stays up all night wondering if there is a dog.
But
Hey, what's the difference between a stand-up comic and a park bench?
What?
A park bench can support a family. Oh yeah, I'm just getting warmed up. Yeah. What does sperm and a politician have in common?
What?
One in about 500,000 have a chance of being human. Oh, you guys are too easy. It's like beating up a retard. No, I'm sorry. All apologies aside. What is the relation between a pumpkin's circumference and its radius? I didn't even give you the punchline. What are you, high on acid?
You have to ask.
Repeat the question.
What is the relationship? What is the relationship between a pumpkin's circumference and its radius? Pumpkin pie. Pumpkin pie. Okay, let's get into the more cerebral stuff.
Oh, but a pig.
Hey, how much did the pirate got his ears pierced? How much did it cost? Yar, a buccaneer. Hey. Boy, I gotta rob those third grader joke books more often.
That's about our level of intelligence.
I'm telling you, man. I know my audience, don't I?
It's working.
You sure do.
What did the pirate say when a steering wheel got stuck in his pants? Ah, you're driving me nuts.
I know that one.
That was the 3rd grade joke book?
That's right. Hey, if you're smarter than a third grader, then leave the room. Why was the pirate wearing a paper towel hat? Because he had a bounty on his head. A bounty on his head. All right. Here, let's. Oh, it's time for the risque jokes. Here we go. Nasty. I love the name you gave me, Thinker. Think first. Anyway, what do you call a male sex change, Lauren?
I have no idea.
Whatever are you talking about?
You call it a lop it off of me. Lop it off of me. What do you call a female sex change? Female sex change. Add a dick to me. Are you writing this stuff down, folks? How do you make Lady Gaga cry?
Oh,
come on, that's too easy. Poker face. There you go. Hey, I said save your girls to the end. No question. What do you get? Just throw Lindens at me. What do you get when you drop a piano down a mine shaft? A flat minor.
Where's my rim shot?
All right, let me ask you this, folks. I feel the ghost of Elvis coming over me. What did Beethoven and Mozart become when they died?
what?
Decomposers. Oh yeah. Hey, what do Christmas and a cat in the desert have in common? Christmas and a cat in the desert have in common? Sandy Claus. Sandy Claus.
Oh, Sandy Claus. Oh my God.
All right, I'm gonna get urban on you. I'm gonna get all ghetto on. Time to get ghetto on your ass. When does Snoop Dogg need an umbrella? When does Snoop Dogg need an umbrella? For drizzle. For drizzle, my nizzle. All right, here's
Don't get that one.
He says shizzle and all that. All right.
Okay.
You can tell. God, can you get any whiter in here?
What are you talking about, Willis? Get any whiter in here?
Hey, I got booted. What the hell happened?
What are you doing up there?
What happened? What happened to you?
Baby, come back.
I think Veritas got too
Wait
funny.
a second.
And he
What?
vanished.
Wow.
He's on the roof.
Oh no!
I don't know. No, I'm up on the roof. Up on the roof. It's time to sing.
So
some
nobody
songs.
moved.
You might have double-clicked something. Let me get you over here. I don't know what happened.
He pulled out his sheet.
Throw me a life.
Yeah, I'm got you. To bring it down right now. Here you go. Come on back. Come on back. Who booted him?
Baby, come back.
Yeah, come back.
That was odd.
There you
Welcome.
The strangest hook I ever saw.
I went upstairs to smoke a joint on the roof. Okay, now I got the quality material. Here we go.
Okay, here we go.
What's the difference between a coyote and a flea?
What?
A coyote and a flea. A coyote howls on the prairie. A flea prowls on the hairy. Oh. Hey, come on, you're laughing.
I promise.
You're laughing, you ain't groaning.
Give it back to the
Why do
third
black
grader.
people wear loose pants? Because they're Negroes. I figured I would save to smoke a Oops. Well, too soon. Why don't oysters give to charity?
What?
Because they're shellfish. What are the two dirtiest animals on the farm? Two dirtiest animals on the farm.
I don't know.
Brown chicken, brown cow. Just a couple of more and you can put me out of my misery. What do you call a deer with no eyes?
What?
No idea. What do you call a fish with no eye? A fish with no eye. A fish. Fish. What kind of monkey? What kind of monkey plays in a minefield? What kind of monkey plays in a minefield?
What kind?
A baboon. Baboon.
Baboon.
Why do cows wear bells? Why do cows wear bells?
Why?
Because their horns don't work.
I'll
leave you one final groaner here. What's the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts? This is a good bar joke. What's the difference between beer nuts and deer nuts?
What?
Beer nuts are $1.50. Deer nuts are under $1.
Whoa, that was great. Wow. What a great time. Thank you very much. Whoa. Rocking.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Bravo.
Thank you. That was great. All right. There you go. Aren't we having fun here tonight?
Yeah,
Can you believe it? It's another Tuesday night.
Where the groupies at? Groupies.
Where the groupies?
I'm afraid you're going to be disappointed.
All the white
Not as
groupies.
pretty as you, Lauren.
Yeah, but I wear thin over the night. So a country woman and her daughter were riding in an old pen buggy one cold, blustery January day in North Dakota, and the daughter said to her mother, "My hands are freezing cold." The mother replied, "Put your hands between your legs. The body heat will warm them up." So the daughter did, and her hands warmed up. Well, the next day, the daughter was riding the buggy with her boyfriend, and the boyfriend said, "My hands are freezing cold." And the girl replied, "Put them between my legs. They'll warm up." And he did, and his hands warmed up. The next day, the boyfriend was again riding the buggy with his girl. He said, "My nose is freezing cold." The girl replied, "Put it between my legs. It'll warm up." He did, and his nose warmed up. The next day, the boyfriend was once again driving with the girl, and he said, "My penis is frozen solid." The next day, the girl was driving in the buggy with her mother, and she says to her mother, "Have you ever heard of a penis?" And a somewhat concerned mother said, "Yes, I have. Why do you ask?" The daughter says, "Well, they make one hell of a mess when they thaw out." Oh, yeah, I know. This is not a quality show, okay?
Of a certain quality.
A certain quality, right?
Bad.
But you know what I want to get up next is Doc, because then we're going to get Eva Moon after, but we'll get Doc up right now, so Doc has a gig. We had so many people doing things. Come on up here, Doc, and rock 'em.
All right.
Rock 'em, sock 'em, Doc.
I'm going to cam up your skirt here for just a minute. Thank you so much. Okay. Before we get started, I have a public service announcement. With less than 3 months until Election Day, the people are going to decide who's going to be the next president of the United States. The person elected will be the president of all Americans, not just the Democrats or the Republicans. I think it's time we all need to come together, Democrats and Republicans alike, in a bipartisan effort to save America. So, if you support Mitt Romney, please drive with your headlights on during the day. If you support Barack Obama, please drive with your headlights off at night. Together we can make it happen. Thank you so much. Okay. We've been doing that for about 3.5 years right now. Okay. I got a bunch of random thoughts tonight. I was driving around because this is the last big holiday here in Gettysburg, and it was filled with people, and there's a lot of construction going on. And I was driving around looking at all the stores, and you know, there's some new stores popping up right next to the antique stores. And I was driving by this one store. It was a record store. It says, "We specialize in hard-to-find records." I went inside. Nothing was alphabetized. Everything's fucking hard to find. Okay? What's so difficult about that? So I'm driving down, and there's a strip mall they're putting up, right? And it's like, okay, store, 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 open lot, and store. And I stopped and I backed up, and it said in the open lot, there was a big sign that said, "Coming soon, The Gap." I'm like, fuck, it's already here. What do I need to worry about that for, right? As far as the English language is concerned, we overuse our language. You know, we're always a people of superlatives. Everything is fantastic this or stupendous that, you know. I was talking to this girl that said she had an amazing basket of chicken wings. Amazing. Really? You were amazed by a basket of chicken wings? That's the extent of your life? What would happen if Jesus Christ came down and impregnated you and put the living Lord in your belly? You were amazed by a fucking basket of chicken wings. Your life is over, you know? Now, because we're in Gettysburg, we have a lot of bed and breakfast in town. But I'd never stay in a bed and breakfast because by the end of the day, you'd be pretty hungry, you know? Is that all you got? Breakfast? I think I'm going to open up a chair lunch and dinner right across the street from the bed and breakfast. just come on over around 1. But you can't sleep on the fucking chair. You got to go back across the street to go to sleep, okay? Okay? Now, I was driving around on Sunday, and I saw a stray duck walking down the street. And I knew it had to be a stray because ducks aren't allowed downtown. So I figured it was lost. I was going to try and help it. So I ran into this local Subway, and I said, give me a bun. And they said, well, it's against regulations to sell buns with nothing on them. I guess the top half isn't supposed to touch the bottom half. I don't know. So I said, okay, put some lettuce on it or something, right? So she did, and then she said, it's $1.75. And I said, but it's for a duck. And she said, oh, okay, well then it's no charge. You know what I learned from that? Fucking ducks eat free at Subway. What's that shit about? Huh? If I'd have known that, I'd have asked for a larger sandwich. You know, give me the steak fajita sub for the duck. And by the way, there's 6 more ducks outside, and they all want sun chips. Okay?
Sun chips. What a joke. Sun chips.
I saw an article about sugar content and stuff like that, and I've come to the conclusion: don't use artificial sweeteners because you'll probably get fake cavities. That's something you don't want to write. Okay?
Hard to treat.
And I stopped in town, and I went to a local pizzeria. I asked for 1 slice of pizza, right? They gave me the smallest slice possible. Like they can't even cut it this small, right? Like this piece of pizza was so small on a pie chart of what people would do if they won $1 million. This was a slice that says donate to charity. You know, that's the smallest possible slice you could get. Now I got some quick one-liners here, and then I have a follow-up to something I did last week. Right? I had a friend who was a clown. When he died, all his friends went to the funeral in the same car. I live on a one-way street that's also a dead end. You can groan anytime you want. I live on a one-way street that's also a dead end. I'm not really sure how I got there, okay? I put instant coffee in a microwave the other day, and I almost went back in time. It was really amazing. Do you think that when they asked George Washington for his ID, he just whipped out a quarter? Here you are. Think about it, you know?
Yeah.
Now, here's a little science question for you. If you're in a spaceship that's traveling at the speed of light and you turn on the headlights, what happens? But why don't they make the whole plane out of that black box shit? That always survives, you know? I made a mistake the other day. I poured some spot remover on my dog. Now I can't find him. Damn it.
Spot.
Ooh, we have a
I'm known
coming in.
I'm known as what you call a peripheral visionary. I can see the future, but only way off to one side. Okay. Last night I stayed up with some friends playing poker with tarot cards. I got a full house and 4 people died. It was pretty amazing. I used to work at the fire hydrant factory. You couldn't park anywhere near the goddamn place. It was the toughest place in town to park next to. Now, think about this. If God dropped acid, would he see people? I've always wondered about that. Now, my friend George is a radio announcer. When he walks under a bridge, you can't hear him talk. It's the damnedest thing. Now, last week I did a little section on phobias. Everybody's got phobias, and there's some weird phobias out there, and I've come up with some more phobias that are kind of particular to Second Life. So we're going to go through these here, and I'm sure some of you suffer from them. So, you know, just raise your hand if it's you. Now, for the women, we have anophidophobia. That's the fear that your ass is going to stick out of the back of that brand new mesh dress you bought. We have one for the men, too. Penile cranophobia. The fear that your prim cock's going to rest between your eyes instead of between your legs, forever labeling you dickhead resident. Then we have no homophobia, as opposed to homophobia. No homophobia is only for those who have land on non-mainland sims. This is the fear of going to your home sim and finding it's not there, because even though you paid your monthly tier fee, your landlord didn't. Okay. Then we have resophobia. That's the fear of arriving somewhere naked After waiting for 10 minutes for your clothes to res, you realize you are naked. Then, here's a big one that I suffer from, comophobia. That's the fear of not having any funny new material for Lauren Live on Tuesdays and have to come after Veritas.
Yeah, that's me. That's me.
And having everyone tell you that your act tonight was good. Yeah, okay. Good. Right.
That's nice. So nice.
A couple more. We have miroprimophobia. That's the fear that you come back after a week on vacation to find your breedables have filled your entire sim, and boy, are the neighbors pissed. Then we have, this is a serious one, we have defriendophobia, okay? Finding out people on your friends list you haven't talked to have removed you from their friends list. How dare they? Then you have to go look them up to see who the fuck they were. You still don't remember, so you open up a chat window to see when you last talked to them. Now, all the new viewers let you know as soon as somebody opens a chat window, so right away they jump in and say, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to defriend you. And you get all pissed off, and you don't know who these goddamn people are. But it's kind of a phobia, you know? Then you got groupophobia. The fear of showing up wearing the wrong group tag, okay? So, Lauren, I'm glad you came to our prayer meeting, white chicks for black dicks. Okay. Thanks a lot. And the final one, and then I'll get the hell out of here before they start rezzing stuff and throwing at me, is lindenphobia, okay? This is a bad one. Lindenphobia. This is a fear of dying broke, alone, and unremembered. Thanks very much, folks. And have a good evening.
Bravo, bravo. What a night we've been having.
Hey, this is
Eva
good.
moves up in less than 10 minutes, okay? And anybody who wants, there's a little thing, a venue tip jar, you can put money in, that immediately goes to the federal government to keep this federal witness protection program going. So please give. Yeah. Yeah, what's the difference between a man and a condom? Condoms have changed. They're no longer thicker than sensitive.
Oh, man.
What does a penis and an ego have in common? All men have one. What makes a man think about dinner by candlelight? A power failure. Okay, a few more. 3 words to ruin a man's ego. Come on, Lisa, you know them. Come on. What are they? Is it in?
Is that all?
She came up with 3 more words.
When would you want a man's company? When he owns it. Yeah. Why do only 10% of men make it to heaven? Because if they all went, it would be called hell. What do you call a guy who masturbates more than twice a day? A terrorist. Terrorist.
Terrorist.
Terrorist.
COVID.
A carpal tunnel candidate.
What should you give a man who has everything? A woman to show him how to work it.
Yeah. Spend half of it.
What has 8 arms and an IQ of 60? 4 men watching a football game. How do you get a man to stop biting his nails? Make him wear shoes.
Kitty.
Did you hear about the new morning after pill for men? It changes their DNA.
I have those now. Oh.
Why don't men have midlife crisis? They're stuck in adolescence.
That's a fact.
Why are good men like parking spaces? All the good ones are already taken. Why are men like cars? Because they always pull out before they check to see if anyone else is coming. How many men does it take to screw in a light bulb? 3. 1 to screw in the bulb and 2 to listen to him brag about the screwing part. Why can't men get mad cow disease? Because they're pigs. What does it mean when a man is in your bed gasping for breath and calling your name? You didn't hold the pillow down long enough. Oh, this is not good, but I'll do it. What do you call a Roman soldier with a smile on his face and a piece of hair between his two front teeth? A glad he ate her. Very good, Veritas. You were there. I had that in right away. How do males exercise on the beach? By sucking in their stomachs every time they see a bikini. What do you call 2 guys fighting over a slut? Tug of war. A tug of whore. Why is it so difficult to find men who are sensitive, caring, and good-looking? Because they already have boyfriends. How is Colonel Sanders like the typical male? Always concerned with his legs, breasts, and thighs. Yeah. Hold on, I'm going to come off the stage and let Eva come up on stage while you're getting ready. Come on, Eva, get up here and get yourself set up. She's coming on in about, just a few more minutes. Hey, Eva, wow, I love what you're wearing. That's fantastic.
Yeah, he's wearing purple.
How do you scare a man? Sneak up behind him and start throwing rice. Yeah, how is a man like a used car? Both are easy to get, cheap, and unreliable. What does a man consider a 7-course meal? Pizza and a 6-pack. No, that's not good. What do you call a man who expects to have sex on a second date? Patient. Why do men whistle while they're sitting on the toilet? Because it helps them remember which end they need to wipe. Why does a penis have a hole in the end? So men can be open-minded.
Oh my god. Oh no.
What's a man's definition of a romantic evening? Sex.
Yeah, that's right.
Why are all dumb blonde jokes one-liners? So men can understand them. What do you call the useless piece of skin on a penis? The man. Let me know when, Eva, let us know when you're ready to roll it, okay? J Wheels, you'll let us know? All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh,
Yes,
I didn't
ma'am.
see Taryn Lynn came in. Yeah, well, she... So, why do men get their great ideas in bed? We all know this one because they're plugged into a genius. Come on, that's an old one, right?
Yay.
Why did God create man before woman? He didn't want any advice. For you men who think a woman's place is in the kitchen, remember, that's where the knives are kept. Are we just about ready, everybody?
Somebody's kitty is in heat.
Yeah.
I am not hearing quite yet, but I will.
Not yet,
let you
right?
know.
Okay, well, just let me know. Yeah. Girl, I want to end our relationship. I'm going to return to you everything you gave me. Boy, what a joke. Okay, let's start with kisses. No, that's not very good, is it? No, that was pretty pathetic when you think about it. What's the definition of a woman's perfect lover? A man with a 9-inch tongue who can breathe through his ears. No. Yeah. Anyhow, we all had fun tonight. What a great evening,
Yay,
huh?
good night.
Yeah, this
Good
is
show.
great. Yeah. I'll tell you, this has been just great. I love all of you. Had a great time. I'm going to turn it over to Eva now. Hopefully she's got this thing going, or we can keep talking, but whatever I had is...
I hear Eva Moon, folks.
All right, bravo. All right, guys.
All right.
There you go.
Let's do it.